Right, so the question was from Jobber here. We're in the Jobber Ambassador program, and so the question is, what is one piece of advice you'd have to your younger self? So I just wanted to make a short video here to kind of answer that question. And I actually have three things that I would give advice to my younger self. So number one would be budgeting. So I ran the business for a period of time where we didn't have like a set budget. So I'd highly recommend, if you're just starting out, have a budget for the year, have a financial plan. So how much do you want to do in revenue? What is every single line item cost of your business? And then how much are you going to plan to pay yourself every month? And then what is that final net profit left over at the end of the year? So I'd really recommend checking your numbers at least one time per week so you can see where your company's trending. For example, say you have some expenses come up that you weren't planning for, you need to enter those into your actual expense column into your budget so you can see where you're overspending, where you're underspending, and then where you're on track for your year. So having a financial plan, a budget, it's really like having a map for where you're actually driving to use kind of analogy there. So super important that you're not just wandering aimlessly. You want to stick to a plan, stick to a budget. So you can't really run a business without having a budget. Otherwise it's just a lot of guesswork. So that is advice number one. Number two would be reinvesting. So this is a big one. What you're going to want to do is not pay yourself a whole lot of money as you get your business off the ground. So this is something that I learned. I would say I took too much money out of the business personally when we got started. And now I'm taking a very small amount out each month. And what that does is it allows the profit, like I just talked about, that profit each month that's left over, we just reinvest that right back into the business. So whether that's going to, more Google AdWord campaigns, wrapping our vehicles, hiring an assistant, all things that facilitate growth in your company. To grow your business really requires a lot of money, and it usually takes more money than you actually think. At least it has in my case. So that would be another key one is living lean as the entrepreneur, as the owner. Live lean as long as you can. And what that's going to do, it's going to basically short circuit the time to grow your company. So, if traditionally it say takes you 10 years to get to $1 million, you could probably cut that down to 5 years or even less if you live lean as you, the owner, and you keep reinvesting into your business. So that would be point two. Point three is systems. So I heard in an audiobook I was reading this or listening to this week, it said systems actually stands for save yourself time, energy, money. So I just loved that because I think it's so true. Your business is already full of systems. It just so happens when you're small, a lot of times the owner's doing all these systems themselves. It could be closing up a job, setting up the crew, scheduling jobs, doing touch-ups, delivering checks to the bank, bookkeeping. Like there's just thousands of things in your business, maintaining your vehicles, list goes on and on and on. So the key point though that I'm trying to make is you need to have these systems all typed up, documented, and also implemented into your business. So I spend, I would say, half my time every week on just building systems, typing them out, checking in with the team. Hey, how can we do this better? How can we do that better? And making a process out of it. So in our business, we've got different manuals, one for our office manager, one for production manager, one for our technician training, one is safety training. One now we're launching is Christmas lights. So we're learning that entire business, and I'm, finding out what works. How do we do quotes? What variations are there with installation for Christmas lights? How do we do pricing? All that stuff. So everything needs to get documented, and it is something I think if you want to scale your business, you as the business owner, you need to be really good with people so you can assemble a team, and two, you need to be really good with systems. And for me, I really enjoy staying organized and creating these systems. And so I think It's my time that I can put into the business to grow it. As the E-Myth says, you want to work on your business, not in it. I'm still kind of 50-50 every day, on it to in it, which is totally fine as we grow. And I still like being in the business, keeping a tab on how our guys are doing, how my manager's doing, how our financials are. So, but I also like that half the day, I can spend, while the system's running, the guys are doing jobs, I can spend actually documenting our processes, which is really important. So to recap, the three things I'd highly recommend to my younger self, and if you are starting a business, get locked and loaded with your budgeting. Live lean and reinvest the profits you make back into your business, into growth, specifically with, I'd say, marketing and bringing people onto your team, as opposed to, locking up a lot of money in equipment. So that's kind of a side note. So reinvest. And then the third one would be systematize. You want to work on systematizing your business as much as you can. So hope these tips help. Talk to you in a future video. Have a great rest of your day.